Okay, I have done one take of this video, which I could only convince myself to hit the record button on by saying like, you don't need to actually post it. It could just live on your phone forever. But now that I've gotten most of my rambling out of my system, hopefully this recording of it will go much more smoothly, because I'm trying to one take this. Also, just to get it out of the way, this is my garage, and yes, it looks like crap, but it's the best place in my house to film right now. So, moving along, the TLDR of this whole thing is I competed in Boulderfest last year, in the advanced category, and I got in like the top third with 15 tops. They broke down in like 8 of the black circuit climbs, 5 of the blue circuit climbs, and 2 of the pink circuit climbs. My officially stated goal for this year is to just get 3 pinks. I'm hopeful that I can get more than that, but that is the officially stated goal, so fingers crossed on that. And the unofficial goals are I want to try and get a lot more blues this year, in addition to just like more tops in total. Um, because I think that a lot of the climbs last year were sort of technically within my capacity, but by the time you've bouldered for 3 hours straight, you're pretty gassed. So, yeah, that's the first unofficial goal. Well, 1 and 2, the more climbs and specifically of blue. And then once the actual competition is over, I want to go and see if I can get at least 1 white circuit climb. I've done a few white circuit climbs now, but they were all super softball ones. They felt almost like they were kind of trying to market Boulderfest in a way, like, oh, white climbs aren't that hard. Come to Boulderfest, dude. Surely it will go smoothly. But yeah, so that is my other unofficial goal for this year. To sort of facilitate towards that, this is also the first time I've ever kind of trained for climbing seriously. And seriously is a strong word. I haven't changed the amount of times I go to the gym or anything. Normally I go like 4 times a week, but 2 of those days I've started doing an actual training routine, which I will try and get into in a different video, hopefully, if I can convince myself to get in front of a camera again. The focus for me on my training is finger strength, which, everybody's always like, oh, you're probably strong enough to climb whatever grade. Like your fingers aren't going to be the weak point, blah, 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 blah. Which, I think is good general advice, focus on your technique or whatever. But I think my fingers are pretty particularly weak. I have been roughly monitoring my benchmarks, quote unquote, for climbing using the like 9C test, which is a thing that was sort of popularized by Magnus Mitvo, but was made by, I think, Stian and Martin. Who are 2 Norwegian coaches. I could be getting this wrong, but I'll try and cite this somewhere. But anyways, so basically it measures 4 things. It measures your finger strength, 1 rep pull up, 1 rep max pull up, your core strength, by testing if you can do one of 3 exercises and for how long you can do it, and then a maximum time dead hang. And all of my scores are pretty decent except my fingers. So I can do a 1 rep max pull up of 100% of my added body weight, but I can only edge hang, do a 5 second edge hang of 5 second 20 millimeter edge hang. Sorry, that's the official like exercise or whatever, of almost 50%. I think I got just shy of 50 as I was incrementing the weight up, so probably like 45, but you only get points for 40%. So anyways, there's a huge differential between my fingers and my pull-up score, and then my other scores for core and the dead hang weren't like incredible, but they were still up there. I don't think most people will probably know what the 9C test is, so I'll just maybe put the scores below and do a little breakdown of the point system, or maybe I'll like post a thing here. But yeah, anyways, basically just specifically for where I'm at, my fingers are super weak compared to basically everything else in the most rudimentary benchmark you can take. So that was sort of my approach to this. I have noticed that when I focused so much on training over just as much time as possible on the wall, my technique definitely suffers a little bit. But the training program is sort of designed such that I'm going to be done training a bit before Boulderfest actually happens, which is on October 12th. Oh my god, that's another thing. Boulderfest is October 12th. Maybe I'll put that in the beginning of the video and big block letters. But yeah, it'll be a little bit before October 12th that my training stops, and then I'm hoping to just kind of compensate for a little bit of my lack of climbing, and you know, see how much of a difference the finger strength stuff made. So besides the like training video itself sort of explaining like what I'm doing and why, I'll probably also have like a quick thing right before Boulderfest or maybe right after that just goes over like results and my like progress through from the training. And because I did a few other benchmarks besides just the 9C test, so maybe I'll just do like a battery of all of the tests and see how that goes. But yeah, so Boulderfest is October 12th. You should sign up. It was a blast last year. I imagine it'll be similarly fun this year. And we will see how it all goes, I guess. I don't know. I don't think there's much more to say than that. Bye-bye.